we're just such a small business. Could we actually even sell our business?
Oh, yes. Like I said, I have built, there are marketplaces for everything, right? Like I said, I've bought a business for 500 bucks. I bought a business for $200,000. Like there is a market for everything. Now, my goal would be to work with you to figure out how you build your business into something that's going to get you a whole lot more than what you do right now. But, I just want to make the distinction between business strategy and an exit strategy. So we build a business growth strategy from the perspective of your exit. So when you do that and you do a benchmark valuation, even, if right now your valuation is somewhere wherever it is, um, by doing a benchmark valuation, part of the valuation process is that it's not just the numbers, like looking at, SDE, but when you start looking at the risk adjustment for evaluation, that's where a buyer would come in and say, okay, great. So our numbers tell us this, but then I am going to go through this whole qualitative set of like 80 questions that now adjust that valuation based on whether you're strong here or you're not strong there. And some of this is about diversification of channels. Some of this is like diversification of clients. Some of this is totally other stuff, operational, et cetera, et cetera. That whole exercise reveals for us challenges and opportunities. So, what can we work on in your growth strategy that addresses the challenges that you would have, like the where the risk adjustment was not in your favor? And then how can we look at that risk adjustment and also say, hey, if we beefed up over here, that would impact our valuation significantly, tidied up our operations or whatever, or we scaled out into a new market or whatever. So then we look at those opportunities and we create a growth strategy based on what we know is going to impact our valuation down the road, rather than going into some like business strategy exercise that's all visiony and, just sort of grasping at straws or just, making some educated guesses. We actually want to create a growth strategy that is concrete and tied to what we can do to add value inside the business. So yes, you can sell any type of business. Certainly if you're going to come forward and you're going to have like some weird sort of like really micro niche thing where there's an audience of five in the world, yeah, you may have a slower sale. You might not get the value that you want, but for the most part, yes, absolutely, you can sell. There's a marketplace for everything. And I think that's the shift I want people to make is understanding that you do have that option.